The Dumbo live-action trailer just dropped, with a gorgeous look at the ninth wonder of the universe, the world's only flying elephant. Yippee-ki-yay movie lovers, it's Jan here, and today I'm breaking down the first teaser trailer for Dumbo, which is jam-packed with Easter eggs and other intriguing details you might have missed. The trailer kicks off with a cover of Baby Mine, the beautiful and iconic song that Dumbo's mother sang to him while she was locked up in solitary confinement. The song received an Oscar nomination for Best Original Song in 1942, and for the live-action version is sung by Norwegian singer-songwriter Aurora. The song is part of a heartbreaking moment from the original movie where Dumbo's mother cradles the baby elephant in her trunk as she sings the lullaby. At the time, Mrs. Jumbo had been locked away after getting angry when her son was tormented by some boys. She was branded a mad elephant, and there's a nod to that in the mad elephant sign you can see behind Dumbo in this image. And just before that, it even looks like another elephant was being carted away in a cage, perhaps his mother. In the original, Dumbo's mother is still with him at the end, so the trailer for the live-action movie could be teasing something darker possibly, akin to Tim Burton's previous movies. Now, in the original film, On the Advice of the Crows, Timothy Q. Mouse employs a psychological trick with a pretend magic feather to give Dumbo the confidence that he can fly. The new movie tips its hat to that moment when new character Millie holds the feather up to Dumbo, telling him to show others what he can do. Indeed, Millie's words to the young elephant echo Timothy Q. Mouse's line when Dumbo flies for the first time at the circus.
Let's show him, Dumbo!
Here, Dumbo. Show him.
By the way, the new film isn't going to be a direct recreation of the original movie. In fact, at CinemaCon, Disney revealed that while the original ends with the elephant flying, Tim Burton's film actually takes that as a jumping off point for Dumbo's newest story, which will be an expanded version of what we're expecting. Which means that the feather in this scene here is probably more of a reminder to Dumbo of what he can already do, rather than a mental trick to get him to consciously fly for the first time in front of an audience. I think Millie is going to play a key role in the new movie. In fact, notice the actual key she's wearing as a necklace. And she seems to be replacing the part of Timothy Q. Mouse as Dumbo's best friend and confidant. Millie is played by Nico Parker, the daughter of actress Tandy Newton and filmmaker Ol Parker. I love this image of a pink elephant surrounded by bubbles, which is a lovely callback to the scene in Disney's classic animation where Dumbo and Timothy Q. Mouse accidentally got drunk on champagne and started hallucinating pink and multicoloured elephants. Also, notice as he's about to be raised up on this platform here that Dumbo is wearing a triangular-shaped headpiece with a D on it, which very much reminds me of the scene in the animated movie where Dumbo carries a flag adorned with the letter D as he's about to launch himself into the air to form the top of an elephant pyramid. Speaking of pyramids, the choreography and geometric shapes in this scene here pay homage to the extravagant musical numbers staged by famed director and musical choreographer Busby Berkeley, which is actually 100% perfect for Tim Burton's Dumbo, because as well as films such as 42nd Street, Busby Berkeley also choreographed Billy Rose's Jumbo, which just happens to be another movie about a circus which featured an elephant named Jumbo, and of course Jumbo Jr. was Dumbo's real name in the original animation. It looks like Burton is going to wow us with plenty of fantastic visuals of Dreamland, and I'm curious whether that Wonders of Science attraction might be a sly reference to the former Wonders of Life pavilion at Epcot Walt Disney World. Something it doesn't look like we'll see adapted from the animation are the storks which deliver the baby circus animals, including Dumbo himself. There's a likely nod to this via the flock of birds which fly past the elephant's enclosure, which seems like a bit of a message to the audience that we shouldn't expect exactly the same movie as the original, because no, these aren't storks. Another thing I really don't think we'll be seeing in this new film are the animated crow characters, as they've been heavily criticised as racist stereotypes of African Americans. They do of course sing the famous When I See an Elephant Fly song, and I wonder if we'll see an updated version of that in the movie. As I mentioned before, the new movie is a sort of continuation or expansion of the original film from 1941, by the end of which Dumbo was famous, with aircraft even being made in his likeness during World War II. In terms of the timeline of the live-action film, that's set just after the Second World War. Notice that Colin Farrell's character Holt, who's a veteran, is missing an arm, presumably an injury from the war. And he and his two children discover Dumbo for the first time hiding underneath a pile of straw. At Disney's CinemaCon presentation, it was revealed that Danny DeVito runs a travelling circus that's struggling to keep going. DeVito's character is called Max Medici, and he's trying to use Dumbo's fame as an amazing flying elephant to bring people to the circus. However, Medici also has to reprimand his employees for their mistreatment of Dumbo, and it seems this might be why Dumbo's hiding away here. I think the scene where Holt and his kids discover Dumbo might also be a little tribute to when Mrs. Jumbo unwrapped her new delivery from the Storks in the animated feature and revealed the adorable calf for the first time. And talking of Dumbo and his mother, I also like how the weather vane at the beginning of the trailer has a young elephant holding onto the tail of an older elephant, just like we saw Dumbo do with his mother many times in the original film. Now, how excited are you for the new Dumbo movie, and what other cool details or Easter eggs did you spot in the trailer? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. I've got new Incredibles 2 videos coming later this week, so hit the bell to get notified of those. If you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up is always appreciated, and you can tap here to watch more of my Disney and trailer breakdowns. Thanks for watching and see you next time, yippee-ki-yay movie lovers!